Hello, welcome back, and apologies first off before not releasing this at 4:15pm on Thursday, which is our normal day for release of this particular series, but it has been so hot over the last few days, as I'm sure you will realise, and with a few other things ensuing as well, it just didn't work that we could record when I wanted to record. So here we are today, going to record it, get it out, edited it and get it out as soon as. But one other thing, if you haven't watched the bonus episode, which was released on Wednesday, then I suggest before you watch this episode, you watch that one. Welcome to Be a Legend. Hello and welcome to episode 58 of To Be a Legend. My name is Mark, and on today's episode we have two games for you. The game against Brentford in the FA Cup quarter-final. There's the spoiler. If you haven't watched the bonus episode, you've just messed it up. And against Fulham in the Championship. What's been happening since you were last with us? Well, I can tell you that we have played Portsmouth and beat them. Not beat them, but we drew with them 1-1. It was a bit after the Lord Mayor's show from the Manchester City game, but we didn't lose. That's the main thing. A 1-1 draw there. A 2-0 win against Crystal Palace, which was even better because we were at their place. Goals from Luke Thomas and Zach Pike. And then a 2-1 win against today's opponents, Brentford. It was at home, and it was a tricky game, to say the least. Let's have a quick look at the what went on with this match. Sunday scored after 22 minutes. Quite a good goal. In fact, we'll have a quick look at the goals while we're here. In fact, it's probably easiest to have done watch the goals. Here we go. Henry to Delabasharu. Back to Henry. Henry fires it forward. Sunday gets himself in a good position under the goalkeeper, in off the post. And we had the lead. That was followed by an equaliser just 3 minutes later from Smith. Coming from a free kick. Gave him a free header. And yes. But all things equal, Luke Thomas had one cancelled out on 52 minutes. He was offside. We did have a look at that on the replay, and he was definitely just a yard off when the ball was kicked. And finally, from the penalty spot, Mackenzie putting this one away in the bottom corner gave us a 2-1 win against Brentford, and started us off bragging rights. Stats-wise, as you can see, we were the better side in this, but this game in the Cup, different kettle of fish altogether, really, and we are away from home. So that's what's been happening since you were last with us. How does that affect the table? Well, as you will see, we are up to 5th. On 75 points. We're 1 point behind Nottingham Forest, who are in 4th, and we have a game in hand. Burnley have played, and I'm not quite sure what the result was. Let's have a quick look. Burnley had lost to Bristol City, and that means that we are just 2 points behind Burnley as it currently stands. A win at some point in this episode could propel us into 3rd place. What we're obviously looking to do, and is currently 5, 6, 7 points clear of Fulham, who are in 7th place, playing them in the second game of this episode. So if we beat them, that's a 6-pointer. We could well be assuring ourselves of a playoff place, and that's well above expectations at the start of the season. What was the expectation at the start of the season? Where are we? End of the season. Avoid relegation. There you go. And the board, of course, are delighted that we are where we are. So, as it currently stands, remain in the EFL Championship. Well, if we can continue to build on this season, we should be all right. Right, first game of the episode. It's an FA Cup quarter-final against Brentford. And as you come back, we're going to have a quick look because the other games, the other Championship sides that aren't in the FA Cup, that's what I was trying to think of, are playing or have played today. It's only us and Brentford, of course, left in the Championship, left in the FA Cup. So everybody else has been playing, and with a game in hand now over these sides. Burnley had played the Friday game, I think it was. So they have they're on 77 points. Nottingham Forest, having drawn 0-0 at Sunderland, have 77 points. We're then in 5th on 75. So that game in hand, if we can win that game in hand at some point, then that will propel us a point above those two, and obviously put us in a position where we are 3rd in the table and potentially closing the gap on West Ham. But I think West Ham and Derby County probably run away with this, and seems unlikely that we will catch them. But that's what we want to do. Fulham have played today. They've beaten Peterborough by 2-1, and that means that they are just 4 points behind us now. But as I say, a win against them in our second game of the episode could mean that we're left in a position whereby, obviously with the game in hand as well, we could be well in front of them. And that's what we're looking to do, is to make sure that we're not likely to drop out of the playoff spots. Right, with that, this is the team coming up next that's going to play against Brentford. And this is the team that we're putting out against Brentford for this FA Cup quarter-final. Sanchez is in goal. Robson, Froggatt, McKenzie and Lasala are back line. Froggatt and McKenzie now built up quite a rapport in that central defensive positions. Jenks in between the midfield and the defence. Thomas, Carroll, Henry and Afray, our midfield line. Again, Carroll and Henry built up quite a rapport, as Afray and Lasala. Pike is our lone striker, and then on the bench we have Grajcek, Mayo, Delabasharu, Sunday, Kenlock, Saunders and Tuppin. What I'm just going to check out. No, he's best as an advance forward. Right, okay, just checking that out. A couple of players that potentially could be on suspensions. In fact, 3 players could be on suspension for the semi-final, including Zach Pike, if we are not careful. So we hope that they don't go too mad in this one. Robson is lacking match sharpness. Hang on a minute, where is he playing then? He is defensive left back. In which case, as you know, I don't like to play he's gaining sharpness. Well, we'll leave him in there. I think it's likely that we will need to change him at some point. Or do we bring Kenlock on now and have him on the bench? I think we're going to do that, actually. Right. So slight change in formation there. Well, not formation, but a slight change in the personnel. Last minute change. All right. Do the old pundits. And got 2 players that are not up for it. Nathan Froggatt, who, having come in, has been a very good player for us. That's put the markers on that then, hasn't it? How do you feel a second match against Brentford in quick succession? Confident we've got what it takes here. I think been mostly the same as last time out. Both teams know too much about each other to give anything away. Let's go for that one. You come into this one in good form whilst your opponents do not. Do you perhaps fear complacency? I don't have any concerns about that. We're prepared in a professional manner and we'll go out and do. Brentford lost 2 of their last 5 games, including their last outing, by the looks of that. That was against Duffs, of course. We have drawn 1 of the last 5, 1-4. So we are in reasonable fettle, but as it's FA Cup, anything could happen, even having beat them just recently. So, right, let's sort this out before we get a highlight. Because this... there we go. Newcastle have played Chelsea. It's a final result. Abraham, I presume that's Tammy Abraham. Yes, it is. Tammy Abraham, who used to be at Chelsea, has scored 2 goals against his old side to knock them out of the FA Cup. Brentford having the early sort of notable skirmishes here. And a free kick to boot. That's headed back in. Why was that headed across the front of, or allowed to be headed across the front of goal? More to the point. And they have the throw in on that far side. Highlight continues. Bit of a concern. And we need to get clear of this. And there's a ball in. And Sanchez is beaten on his near post. And Brentford go 1 up after 23 minutes. And as I say, FA Cup has a knack of doing it. Jordan left really plenty of space to do. Tight offside. There were a couple of players offside, but Jordan wasn't. And I guess the others could be deemed to not be interfering with play. Albeit I would question it. Jenks has picked up a yellow card. We're not doing very well here, are we? Right, let's give a little bit of a break. We may need to go to positive. Play balanced away from home, but we need to go positive possibly in order to try and get this back. They are certainly sinking our battleship at the minute. Mackenzie to Jenks. Jenks comes out wide to Lasala. Lasala back to Jenks. And Jenks gives the ball away. And Jordan, who's already scored, well tackled by Mackenzie, but he's given a penalty away now. And this is going to go 2 down. Didn't want to do that. Apologies. Can Sanchez save our blushes or not? Or not. 2-0 down before half-time. 42 minutes on the clock. And this is a very different complexion to the previous game. And has that lulled us into a false sense of security? Possibly. So, we've got it all to do in this second half. Worryingly, we're not even in it. We've had 1 shot, 1 on target, 49% possession against their 7 and 3. I'm going to have a look and see who's not performing. Stand by, maybe some changes at half-time. And Brentford to get us underway for the second half, and you'll see at the bottom of the screen there, we have made 1 change. Jenks has come off, and Max Saunders is playing as the defensive midfielder in that slot. We haven't. We've also changed to a positive, and it doesn't look as if we're going to get much change out of this either. Nothing doing. 65 minutes gone, and we do need to do something. Berate the team again. Maybe berating isn't the thing to do. Maybe it's a good idea to fire them up. Right, Henry's not having a good game, which I don't think is helping. Afrey's not playing well either. All in all, very poor. Do we make changes now? 65 minutes gone. I think we need to do something. Aaron Henry and Deli Basharu. do we change formation to try and get something out of this? Really have got us to boot here. Not doing anything. Right. Afri's, despite saying Afri's not having a good game out there, and I haven't got anybody on that midfield right to take his place either. Luke Thomas could go out there, and we could bring Sunday on. Right, albeit Luke Thomas isn't playing particularly well either. And then Afre for Sunday. That's going to be our final change. Now, picking up yellow cards all over the place here. We are not going to do anything, are we? Right, we need to change that positive to attacking, and I think we're going to need to maybe this is the end of our FA Cup run this year. I can't really see what else we can do. It's gone off the rails big time. They got the 2 goals, so they've shut the door, and that's the end of the FA Cup run. XG wise, absolute rubbish. We'll move on from that very, very quickly, and I'll thrash my arms. Far from pleased with that result. And I think concentrate on the league. Your team suffered what must go down as a disappointing defeat against Brentford. The supporters are far from happy. What is your reaction to the result? It was a poor performance and poor result. There's much work ahead. Such disappointment surely means it's back to the training ground and back to the drawing board for you. One where it isn't going to knock us off course. Continue to work as planned. And so there we are. And we'll send our assistant to do the post-match conference. And we will move on to our second game and just push that under the carpet and say that was just a pretty poor game altogether. Not the good start to the episode. We're going to play the Luton Town game offline, and we'll come back then for the Fulham game. Hopefully we can beat Luton Town, and then we can see how we get on against Fulham. I'm not sure if the Luton Town game is our game in hand or not. It is indeed. So that is our game in hand next week. And then obviously we've got the Easter games. So nobody else is playing next Saturday apart from us for the Luton Town game. So that will be our game in hand. We really do need to win that. Out of all the games, that's the one we need to win. We'll be right back and find out how we got on against Luton and have the Fulham game next. And as you come back and join us, we seem to have some technical difficulties. Not anything to do with the video, but well, it is to do with the video. But we're having seem to have a tripping electric here at the moment, and we've dropped about 3 times in the last 20-25 minutes. So I'm fingers crossed we can actually get this finished recording before it does it again. Hopefully, it won't do it again, but just in case. The match that was played between the Brentford game, Luton Town, as you'll see, we have won that game 2-0. Can have a quick look at the goals just to bring you up to date of what's happened. Saunders with the corner to Sunday back to Henry, who fired a shot from just outside the area, and a good goal there. Carroll dispossessing his man, gets around, and plants that one in the bottom corner. That's the 2-0 win. We did have Mackenzie. He picked up a yellow card after 8 minutes, which got him to 10 yellow cards and a 2-match ban. He then got sent off in the 86th minute, having been told to behave himself, got sent off, which then added an extra game ban. So he's missing for 3 games, I think, in total, which isn't particularly good. How does that leave us in the table? Table-wise, it leaves us in 3rd place, 78 points, 1 point in front of Nottingham Forest and Burnley. And we are now 7 points clear of Fulham, who are in 7th place playing right now. And if we can beat them, that will open up a nice gap, hopefully, to cement our place in the playoffs. I don't think there's much chance of us getting into 1st or 2nd place. But to be honest, even if we finish 3rd, that's well above our expectations. So here is the team that we are going to play against Fulham away. Well, let's see if we can win this one and consolidate our chances of a playoff place. And this is the team that we have selected to play against Fulham for this one. Sanchez in goal, Robson, Froggatt, Gomez and Head. Our defensive line, Mackenzie, of course, out of this one. Saunders in the slot between midfield and defence. Sunday, Carroll, Henry and Thomas are our midfield. Afrey takes over from Pike up front. And I'm not quite sure. Every time this plays, I get a swap around between Gryjek and Beadle. Gryjek, a goalkeeper on the bench. Kenlock, Pike, Tuppin, Mayo, Delibasharu and Gatasis is our bench for this one. Let's get through and try and get this done before anything happens to the electric again. How annoying. How annoying. Craven Cottage is where we're at. Right, we keep doing the media thing. I don't want to keep doing that. Let's pick up where we left off last time, because I think that's reasonable. And we are underway. Good Friday games, these. And, of course, then we've got the Easter Monday to come. They have a corner. And that ball's in. And Kambawala, 8 minutes in, gets Fulham the lead. Not what we wanted. Drop down to 4th place. Burnley have taken the lead against Derby County, top of the table. In fact, we dropped down to 5th now because of that. And we're not, once again, we're not showing much in the way of... We seem to have lost the way with this particular formation right now. And it's starting to get a little bit annoying. 4 shots, nothing on target as yet. They have a throw-in. It's really annoying because this formation has really been working well for us. And Henry, he gets in the way of that Afrey. Is he going to score? No, it was deflected behind for a corner. Saunders with the corner. Ball comes in. It's headed away. And Robson picks up the loose ball. Back out to Saunders, who will have another attempt. He's got it to Henry. Henry back to Head. And that highlight disappears. Not quite sure where we had it so long, but Henry intercepted that. Read it well, but Afrey, I think another time would have put that away. He's not been prolifically scoring of late. Robson now picked up a yellow card, and we're going through to half time. They have a free kick, and Robson clearing the lines, but they're still attacking us, which We need to stifle this, guys. Come on. Push them back. And we've pushed them back and that disappears. So we have come back into this game, as you'll see. We weren't particularly there early on, but we have come back into it. And our XG is 0.43, but only six shots, one of which has been on target. 48% possession. So we need to really pick this up in the second half if we're going to get something from this game. A goal early second half would be really, really good. No changes made at half time. We've stayed the same. Afray gets us underway. To Saunders, to Toty, to Henry, back to Toty. Thomas to Henry, out to Head. And Derby County have equalised. Thomas, and the ball breaks down. But Gomez picks it up. Froggatt long ball forward, trying to get Afray away, I think. And ball comes back, and they have a little bit of a counter-attack going on. It's gone wide. Can we stifle this? Head stifles it. Lovely. Afray heads it down, and that's the end of the highlight. And Burnley have dropped below us again. We've gone fourth. They have a throw in, and Afray's going to go for this. He's picked the ball up. No support at the minute. He's going to have to go on his own. Tries it, but nothing coming. I think Afray's not having a fantastic game. I am tempted to move him out and do our usual thing. In fact, I think I'm going to do that sooner than later. Right, Afray, we're going to move for Luke Thomas. Luke Thomas, we'll bring on Zach Pike. And see if we can get something going here. Fire the team up again. Really need them to do something. 65 minutes gone. We have a throw in on that far side. Robson to Carroll, and he's given it away, but he's come back and picked it up. Nice tidy work from Robson there. Carroll coming forward to Afray. Afray getting into the area. He's kept the ball in and crosses it in, but straight into the arms of the goalkeeper. Not what we wanted. Gomez heads it down to Saunders. Saunders forward to Afray. Afray's put it away this time. His 19th goal of the season, and Saunders with the assist. It's 1-1. Gomez, lovely head down to Saunders. Saunders just turned. Pike and Afray move in there, and that was lovely. He obviously prefers to be in that wide player role there. Benjamin Afray is now tired, so it could be a good opportunity to make a change. And the only problem is we don't have a wide midfield right player to take over from him. Having taken Thomas off, maybe that was a bad move. Maybe we should just had a move around there. Right, it's not the most ideal. We'll put Tuppin out there. Just need to. Oh, it's well headed over the top, thankfully. Did get the cross in. Did get the header in. Mitrovic and Ferry working well together. Ferry gets the cross in. Bowie couldn't direct the header down. We are back up into third place where we started the day. 80 odd minutes gone, and we need to be looking to make a further change now. Henry and Carroll are tired, which isn't the most ideal. Carroll's not having a good game, so we'll bring Basharoo on for him. And just have a look. Okay. That is our third change, and we're going to have to stick with that. Basharoo coming in that advanced playmaker role, and that is going to be the final score, 1-1. And I guess at Craven Cottage we shouldn't complain too much. 9 shots, 4 on target. It's certainly a better second half there. 51% possession, and that was against 6 and 2. So I think we really sort of kept them in their box in the second half. Would have liked 3 points, but 1 will do. And well done. We thought we were going to be defeated, but we weren't. And we'll take that. So, third place, 79 points. Fulham are 7th on 72 points. 5 games to play, 15 points. The most Fulham can get is 87 points. So 87 is the target. We are 8 points away from that. That would guarantee us a playoff place as it is at the moment. So that's where we're going. Obviously, third place will play 6th, 4th will play 5th. That's how it usually works. Burnley are behind us. How did Burnley get on? They drew 1-1 with Derby. That was a good result for them, to be fair. So all in all, West Ham a 5-0 win against Queen's Park Rangers. So really, really good match for them. So we're quite happy with third, I think. Or at least we should be. West Ham have secured a playoff place at the very least. Afre's goal drought ends. We're going to send the assistant for the obligatory conference. Right, so we will come back for episode 59, final 2 games of the season. Where will we be? Will we have cemented our place in the playoffs by then? We'll wait and find out. But that means Peterborough, Reading and Queen's Park Rangers are the 3 games that we will be playing offline. We'll be coming back for Barnsley versus... It's not Barnsley versus Blackburn, but Barnsley at home, Blackburn away. Final 2 games of the season, and that will decide whether we've got playoffs, and then we have extra episode with the playoffs. We'll see. It's coming up, so keep your eyes peeled for that one. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe and hit the notification button. It keeps you up to date with all the future episodes of To Be a Legend and my other series, the Sicilian Defence, as they are released. New episodes of To Be a Legend are released currently every Monday and Thursday at 4:15 p.m. And if you want to keep up to date with what's happening on this channel, current series, new series, FM22, assuming it's going to come out, and so on and so forth. Why not follow me on Twitter at JustOffside2? That's where you need to be. Thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed today's episode. We'll see you on the next episode, which will be episode 59, the season finale, and it'll be out on Monday. All being well, assuming the electric doesn't trip anymore today. Till then, goodbye.